Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to do a seated row correctly. The seated row is probably, if you don't do this right, it's the best way to blow out your back. So if you have a herniated disc or you have a lot of low back pain, I would not spend a lot of time doing these type of rows, especially if your feet is out front like this. I would do more vertical pulls, because a vertical pull is gonna kind of distract your spine, pull apart, decompress your spine. If you have low back pain, if you have disc bulges, this is a little more risky and it will feed your disc bulge. So avoid this if you're having a lot of low back pain. However, if your back is healthy, let's teach you how to do this correctly so you can keep it healthy. So with seated rows, first thing is, we're gonna use just one bar to teach you all different rows. Whether you do, so just when you do rows with your elbows in tight like this to your body, this is gonna be a lat row anytime your elbow's out. If your elbows are out like this is gonna be a rear delt row. Whether your grip is like this or whether your grip is like this, as soon as you start fanning your elbows out, you're targeting more rear delts. Every grip is gonna target a different muscle fiber. So you have narrow grip, you got a medium grip, a little bit wider grip like this. So we'll go over those a little bit later, but you have a lot of different grips. So first off, when you do your seated row, anytime, here I'm gonna do an underhand grip. You step in real close, pop up your chest, and then use your legs to slide back. Now the key is be tall. I'm nice and tall, and what you're gonna do is as you row, you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together. It's really important you pinch your scapula together, and then you're gonna release. And when I release, I don't lean into it. Instead, I keep my posture, chest up. I'm rowing towards my chest or stomach. Slow release, squeezing shoulder blades. When you do this right, what's gonna happen is, if you do this right, your shoulder, if I put my finger here on your shoulder, it will roll off of my finger. See, I roll my shoulder back. If I do this wrong, if I only pull with my arms, my finger stays on your shoulder. So if you pull like this, there's no upper back work at all. No mid-trap work, no rhomboid work. So the key is you're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades back as you pull. So that's really important. And so I could also, the same technique applies to a rear delt row. So now I have an overhand grip. Elbows are gonna be out now. I'm gonna squeeze my elbows out, but I'm still squeezing my shoulder blades together. And if you notice, as I go full range, you're gonna go all the way forwards, but what you don't do is let your chest drop. See? You avoid letting your chest drop. Chest is up, you fixate your spine in one place, and a little bit of row like this, as you get tired, is maybe acceptable, but ideally we're locking that torso, and I never want too much lean. A tiny bit lean back, you can lock that, but ideally vertical. And you're really always avoiding this rounded. You never want to do your rows like this. Never do that. Do an underhand grip row, you have a couple different grip options. Probably the easiest grip on the wrist would be to use an easy bar, cable attachment, and then usually the grip there and pull back, because a lot of people, their wrist is a little locked up. And this one, just because you're a little more semi-supinated, this one's a little bit better. And keep in mind when you do this, you're gonna feel a lot more bicep. And if you need to recruit the rotator cuff, infraspinatus, that underhand grip is gonna recruit that more. Then you also can use this grip right here, and you're gonna find what grip, like how wide you wanna go. Usually right about there is where you're gonna wanna go. Use something called your carrying angle here, like this, and then just in a little bit from there. That's what I recommend. As long as you keep hand contact the whole time, that's gonna be your best grip. So if you don't have an easy bar, which I think is a little bit easier on the wrist, use a straight bar. Good?